Windsor-Tecumseh.
Thank you, Speaker. My question this morning is for the Premier. Good morning, Premier. The racetracks at Leamington, Sarnia, and Dresden will receive fewer race dates than they requested for the 2014 season. As you know, the Lakeshore Group has been working to keep racing alive in Essex County since the demise of Windsor Raceway and the loss of 2,000 jobs. The cut in dates from 60 to 45 is yet another indication that this government has no intention of supporting the horse racing industry in rural Ontario. Will the Liberal government actually come up with a long-term plan for our horse racing industry instead of issuing self-congratulatory press releases as more race dates are being cut?
Premier.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I appreciate the question. But I think that the member opposite knows that we have been working to make sure that we have a sustainable horse racing industry in the province, Mr. Speaker. We've been working with all of the tracks. We're putting in $500 million over the next 5 years, Mr. Speaker. And quite apart from not having an interest in the industry, we're also making sure that there's extra money for the breeders, Mr. Speaker, because we know that that breeders, breeders were very concerned about the sustainability of their industry as well. So we will continue to work with the tracks, and the tracks all over the province, Mr. Speaker, not just the tracks in particular urban areas, but all of the tracks. We want them to have a season, Mr. Speaker, but most of all, we want the horse racing industry to be sustainable. We want it not to be under a plan that was not transparent, and I think that the member opposite knows that the SARP program was not transparent, it was not accountable. We've changed that. We've got a sustainable horse racing industry, and that has been our plan, Mr. Speaker.
Speaker, I'm sure other governments could have made it transparent instead of cancelling it. This government keeps chipping away at the horse racing industry. Businesses need stability, and they need to start planning now for the upcoming race season. The misguided cancellation of the Slots at Raceway program has had a huge negative impact on the horse racing industry for the past 2 years. And instead of reversing its decision, this government is choosing to go ahead by cutting more race dates. Will this government ensure that all racetracks across Ontario get the support they need in time for the upcoming racing season?
Premier.
Mr. Speaker, if the member opposite is asking whether we will bring back a program that really was not transparent, was not accountable in any way, then no, we will not do that, Mr. Speaker. I know that the three tracks, the Hiawatha, Leamington and Dresden tracks, they're working together to come up with a plan. This is good news. That's what we want to have happen, Mr. Speaker. We want those collaborations to happen so that there can be a sustainable path forward. That's what we're encouraging. That negotiation is ongoing, Mr. Speaker, and I think that the member opposite knows that, and I don't really think he thinks that we should go back to a system that was not accountable for the tax dollars, Mr. Speaker. I don't think he believes that's the case.